Right, okay then. So we're here with Aston Villa fan. What's your name, mate?
Yeah, my name's Dave.
Right, thoughts on the season? You've managed Champions League football and Premier League football. Fantastic, I would say. How would you rate your season so far?
I give it a 7 because I don't think we're playing to our capability. I think there's a lot more. Unai Emery signed long-term contract. I think he's only just warming up.
Yeah. I mean, I rate the manager massive. He was linked to Newcastle before we got Eddie Howe and stuff like that. Has he shown the Premier League what he's capable of? Obviously, he didn't do well at Arsenal, but everyone knows how good of a manager he is now, do you reckon?
Firstly, how do you feel about that, him rejecting Newcastle and coming to Villa?
I mean, we're in love with Eddie Howe up here now, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I think a lot of Newcastle fans, when Emery was linked, they wanted him as well, but then second, Eddie Howe's not a bad thing. It's all fitted like glue so far.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying he's got a point to prove about what happened at Arsenal, but you look at what he did at Arsenal. He had a good record. He was trying to follow in, Wenger's footsteps, and the crowd didn't take to him. But if it fuels the fire for Villa, let's go for it. He's got a unique position at Villa where they've put him right at the centre of the club. I don't think he'll get that control anywhere in the world, let alone anywhere in the Premiership. So I think the glory days are back for Villa.
Yeah, you've got Duran as well, that striker, the young striker.
Yeah.
What is going on with him? He's taken the ball, he's getting the ball, he's took it and he's ran with it.
Well, what is going on with Duran? I said at close season when there was talk that he was going to go to West Ham and he did the Hammers sign. I said he's either going to go two ways. He's either going to be world class or he's going to end up on Love Island. But Emery's managed to tame him, and I only think we're seeing the start of it. Look at Morgan Rogers, both up front playing together. The friends off the pitch, 21 and 22 years old. Watch this space.
Where are you going to finish at the end of the season, do you reckon?
I think I'll go for 5th at a push.
Okay.
I'll take 6. I think we'll qualify for Europa League, and I think we'll win Europa League.
What's your transfer expectations in January as well?
It depends on FFP, doesn't it? Really, I think that we, bringing in some really good youngsters. In Emery, we trust. We need a few replacements, but we'll see what happens.
What I want to ask you as well, because we've had a little bit of it where it's a bit shite of FFP. You had to sell. You got Champions League football, and you had to sell Luiz, one of your best players. Yeah. How do you feel about that? Because obviously we've had to sell a few of our young uns to balance the book. Getting Champions League football and then having to sell. What's your thoughts up in Aston Villa?
Initially, I thought, well, we're losing Luiz. Luiz didn't want to go. He's done nothing at Juventus. We'll probably get him back on cheap. We're flying in Champions League.
Yep.
And he's proving people wrong. It's brilliant. Yes, there is the overlap in terms of exhaustion and players. The fixtures are weak, but John McGinn and Unai Emery both came out and said it was tough when we were in the conference. So.
Yeah, and then thoughts on Newcastle as well, the away side.
I don't mind Newcastle. I just, I'm aware that there's a cute rivalry between you guys and us, and it's all to do with Sob on the Tyne and potentially the Emery thing. I remember when I came up a few years ago, and I think it was 4-1 or 4-0 that you absolutely downtrod us. I've seen the reaction of some of the Newcastle fans at the train station. I was like, oh, bloody hell. So yeah.
Who are you most worried about today from the Newcastle perspective?
The atmosphere, to be honest.
Tough man.
Yeah, I like it up here. It's it's good. So yeah.
Where do you think Newcastle finish at the end of the season?
Villa.